What is BMD, BMDL, and VSD? A quick clarity first explainer. By the end, you will know exactly what benchmark dose, BMDL, and virtually safe dose mean, and how they are used to set safe exposure limits. Start with the big picture. When scientists test a chemical, they look for how response changes with dose, the dose-response curve. Instead of guessing a no-effect level, they model the entire curve and anchor decisions to a specific change in response. That anchor is the benchmark response, or BMR. Commonly, it is a 10% extra risk for bad outcomes, or a small measurable shift for continuous effects. Now, the benchmark dose, BMD, is simply the dose on that modeled curve that corresponds to the chosen BMR. If the BMR is 10% extra risk, the BMD is the dose where the model predicts that 10%. Why is this better than the old no-AL approach? Because BMD uses all the data, not just the one dose that happened to show no effect in a particular study. It is more stable, more reproducible, and less sensitive to study design quirks. But models have uncertainty. So risk assessors do not usually use the BMD directly. They use the BMDL, the lower confidence limit on the BMD. Think of BMDL as the conservative estimate. We are 95% confident the true BMD is not lower than this. Using the lower bound builds in a safety cushion right from the start. Workflow in a nutshell: choose the endpoint. Pick a sensible BMR. Fit several dose-response models. Pick a fit that passes diagnostics. Read off the BMD, then compute the BMDL. That BMDL becomes the point of departure. From there, apply uncertainty factors, interspecies differences, human variability, database gaps. Then derive a reference dose, or an acceptable daily intake. Example time. Suppose the model says a 10% response happens at 15 milligrams per kilogram per day. The statistics give a lower bound, BMDL, of 10 milligrams per kilogram per day. If I apply, say, a composite uncertainty factor of 100, my provisional safe intake lands at 0.1 milligrams per kilogram per day. Now, the virtually safe dose, VSD, is used mostly for carcinogens when we assume there is no safe threshold. Instead of picking a percent response, we pick a tiny virtually safe risk level, often 1 in a million. We estimate the slope of the dose response at low doses, then back-calculate the dose that corresponds to that tiny risk. Quick math. If the cancer slope factor is 0.01 per mg per kilogram per day, and I want a 1 in a million risk, the VSD is 1 times 10 to the minus 6 divided by 0.01. That is 0.0001 milligrams per kilogram per day. That dose lines up with the target risk. Recap: BMD is the modeled dose at a chosen response. BMDL is its conservative lower bound used as a point of departure. VSD is the dose tied to a very small target risk, typically for linear cancer models.
If you have any questions, please feel free to leave a comment below. And don't forget to like, share and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this one.